This newscast is brought to you by the only and always Pure 4G.
Today on Rappler, hackers target government websites to protest the cybercrime law. Justice Secretary Laila De Lima orders the NBI to find the hackers attacking government sites. And cybercrime law author Senator Angara says he will file a bill amending his own law. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Hackers target government websites early Wednesday, October 3, as the Philippines' controversial cybercrime law took effect. A group that calls itself Anonymous, a global hacking collective, says it planned to shut down 20 government websites. The group says it's behind the attack on the Philippine government's website gov.ph, which was shut down 1:30 a.m. In a YouTube post, Anonymous says, "The worst thing you can do about the country is be blind to its own diseases." Filipinos protest online on Facebook and Twitter, changing profile pictures into black images and labeling comments with the words, "Comment blocked by RA 10175. The Supreme Court met Tuesday but decided against issuing a temporary restraining order that could have stopped the law's effectivity today. Justice Secretary Laila De Lima orders the National Bureau of Investigation to find out who hacked government websites Tuesday and Wednesday. Anonymous claims responsibility for hacking them on the day the cybercrime law takes effect. De Lima's orders come as Malacanang calls on critics of the law to dialogue with government instead of hacking its websites. In a statement, presidential spokesperson Edwin Lacerda says the palace respects efforts to question the law, but says there's an opportunity for, quote, reasonable discourse. The palace adds, hackers who claim to be aligned with critics of the law are the ones who have engaged in online vandalism. Senator Edgardo Angara says he will file a bill to amend his own law, the controversial Cybercrime Prevention Act. Angara defends the need for the law. He says, otherwise we will be operating in a large universe without rules. But he says there may have been omissions, quote, because the cybercrime law is not the product of a single mind. Angara wants to change the provision granting the Justice Department power to block computer data even without a court order. But the senator says he plans to retain the provision criminalizing online libel. Senators Francis Escudero, Chofisto Gingona III, and Bongbong Marcos say they plan to file amendatory bills. Senatorial candidates from the Liberal Party issue statements on the controversial cybercrime law. Risa Ontiveros says the law initially had good intentions to combat cybercrime, online pornography, and human trafficking. But Ontiveros and President Aquino's cousin Bam Aquino say the law became a threat to freedom of expression with the libel provision. Senator Antonio Trillanes and Aurora Representative Sunny Angara say legislators should listen to public outrage over the law.
Ganyan na yung outrage no? Multi-sectoral na yung complaints nanggagaling. So hindi lang ito mga interest groups or lobby groups. So we are willing to listen and definitely babaguhin natin, kailangan baguhin.
Kamali, siguro kailangan magpakumbaba ang mga legislador at aminin na medyo baka nagkamali ho kami dyan at baguhin na lang po.
In a surprise move, Puerto Princesa Mayor Edward Hagedorn launches his Senate bid Wednesday as he files a certificate of candidacy at the Commission on Elections in Manila. Hagedorn says he's running as an independent candidate but will likely receive help from his friend, former President Joseph Estrada. He says Estrada invited him to run for senator but denies the United Nationals Alliance will assist him in campaigning. Asked when he decided to run for the Senate, Hagedorn answered, quote, just a while ago, promise. Hagedorn says he will run on a pro-environment platform. Philex Mining Corporation asks the Mines and Geosciences Bureau to move the deadline for its 1 billion peso fine for the tailings spill at its Padcal mine. The company asks for a 7-day extension. MGB Director Leo Hazareno says Philex wants to conduct further studies on the fine and collect supporting documents. Tropical storm Marce, international name Gaimi, moves southeast closer to Bataan and Zambales. In its 4 p.m. update, State Weather Bureau Pagasa says the storm is located 240 kilometers west of Iba, Zambales. It's expected to be out of the Philippine area of responsibility by Friday. Storm warning signal number 1 is up over Bataan and Zambales. The enhanced southwest monsoon brings occasional moderate to heavy rain over Metro Manila, Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, Palawan, Calabarzon, Central Luzon, and the Bicol region. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 4, with a day to go before the first U.S. presidential debate, incumbent President Barack Obama still leads his Republican rival Mitt Romney by a close margin. According to an NBC News Wall Street Journal poll released on the eve of the debates, Obama is ahead of Romney by 3 points, 49% to 46% among voters asked who they're most likely to vote for. But this figure is well within the survey's margin of error. Obama led Romney by 5 points in the last poll released 2 weeks ago. At number 5, rescue efforts continue in Hong Kong as authorities search for about 100 still missing from the deadly collision of 2 ferries Monday night. 38 are confirmed dead, while 123 survivors have been reported. Authorities are investigating the cause of the crash, the worst maritime accident in Hong Kong since a 1971 accident killed 88 people. The collision involves a passenger ferry and a private vessel that carried employees of a power company and their family. Officials arrested 7 crew members on suspicion of endangering passengers. At number 8, the patent battle continues between smartphone giants Apple and Samsung. South Korea-based Samsung adds Apple's iPhone 5 to its lawsuit, claiming the phone infringes on 8 of its technologies. The case between the two giants is scheduled for trial in 2014. Samsung recently suffered a major blow when a California jury found Samsung guilty of stealing Apple technology and ordered to pay Apple $1 billion in fines. And at number 9, a curfew is being enforced in a Nigerian town following a student residence hall shooting that killed at least 26 students. Witnesses say attackers went door-to-door shooting or stabbing their victims. The attack comes several days after dozens of people with ties to the militant group Boko Haram were arrested. But it's unclear if the two incidents are related. Authorities have not identified the perpetrators, and Boko Haram have not claimed responsibility for the attack. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Every story on Rappler has its own mood meter with 8 emotions for you to choose from. Click on one of the moods and your vote will come down to Rappler's Mood Navigator, which is in the middle of the front page. The Navigator crowdsources the mood of the day. It also chooses the top 10 stories that have gotten the most number of clicks and puts them on the front page. Take a look. Of course, the cybercrime law, which took effect at midnight today, on October 3, Supreme Court tackles cybercrime law, but no TRO. 95% angry. That led to cybercrime law a go. 94% angry, 3% annoyed. And this is interesting. Jinky Pacquiao, the PH vote 2013. Jinky Pacquiao runs for Sarangani vice governor. 58% annoyed. 35% angry, that large number of annoyed, showing us the mood of the day. Today, most people are annoyed. Well, that's Rappler's Newscast for today, Wednesday, October 3, 2012. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today. We leave you with a video on Rappler's stand on the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Today's the first day of implementation.
I'm against the cybercrime law because it gives government unnecessary power over its citizens.
La libertad de expresión no se puede restringir en un país democrático que tiene un futuro brillante. Me llamo Carlos Santamaría y estoy en contra de la ley contra el cibercrimen de Filipinas.
I'm Gemma Mendoza. I believe that good governance and freedom of expression go hand in hand. I am against the cybercrime law.
Ako si Voltaire Tupas. Tinututulan ko ang cybercrime law dahil kinikitil nito ang kalayaan ng mga mamamayan na gamitin ang internet upang bantayan ang mapagsamantalang kapangyarihan.
I'm Lala Rimando. I'm against the Cybercrime Prevention Act because it's a major step back on our efforts to decriminalize libel.
I'm Paterno Esmaquel. How sure are we that politicians will not abuse the cybercrime law.
I cannot be silenced. I am Purple Romero and I am against the cybercrime prevention law.
I'm Maria Ressa. I believe that no one should have the blanket authority to shut down any website.
This newscast is brought to you by the only and always Pure 4G.